Hi guys, Misty here with Queen Bee's Vintage. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing a quick bunny topiary tutorial with you all. It's something different and I really like how it turned out, so I hope you guys will enjoy it. This is one of the videos that I filmed a few days ago when I told you I did like a series of 3 videos in one day. So this is the third one. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoy it. I am just getting ready to go get kids from school and taking a quick break from the furniture painting video that I've been filming for you all. That's why I'm kind of in my scrubby attire today. I have been painting and I will have that video up for you guys tomorrow. So I'm super excited to get that out for you. It's going to be a good basic furniture painting video, just talking about some of the basics. And as I move forward with furniture painting projects, you guys will be learning more techniques and things like that. So I hope you guys will leave me any questions you have in the comments, and we can talk about that in that video as well. But in the meantime, let's get on to the bunny topiary tree video that I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay guys, we are going to give this little guy a makeover. I already pulled his eyes off and then it was like, ooh, I should share this with my subbies. So I hope you'll like this little DIY we're going to do with this cute little dollar store bunny. I am going to pull the nose and the mouth off, and I'm going to take these bright pink cardboard pieces out of the ears. Typically I take the tinsel off of these, but I'm going to leave the tinsel on today. So let's get these pieces taken off of him and I'll show you what we're going to do. The cardboard mouth really does not want to come off of here. We're just going to trim it off. I do have Poppy joining me for the DIY today. This little dog likes to be on my lap every chance she gets an opportunity, so I've gotten very used to working around her. Got the mouth and the nose off. These little ears, they're just little pieces of cardboard, will pop right out. We're going to need our hot glue gun, our Gorilla Glue sticks, and some yarn. So this color was variegated in with this brighter pink color, and I just want to use this lighter color, so I went ahead and cut that off of the rest of the skein. I can use this for a different project. I actually purchased this yarn at Michael's on clearance for $2.97. So what we are going to be doing is wrapping our bunny with this fun loopy yarn and creating something new and fun with him. So give me a minute and we'll get started. So we are also going to be using this cute flower and garden pail from the Dollar Tree. I picked up this packet of round dowel rods from Walmart. These were 97 cents for an 8-pack. And there's a few different sizes in here as far as how big they are in diameter. So let's get started. We're just going to start at the back here and down here on the bottom, and we are going to start gluing our yarn there. I'm just going to hold it in place for a few minutes. well, not a few minutes, a few seconds. And I'm pretty much putting a continuous bead of hot glue onto the rabbit. And I'm just going to bring it around. You're going to want to make sure your little loops all face down in the same direction. And then as you come around, you're just going to move up so that where these loops are connected, it kind of creates a little border here. Those are basically going to sit on top of these that we already put on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue wrapping until I get up to the ears, and then I'm going to come back on and show you how I go about wrapping the ears. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and I am just going to go up and around the ears. So I'm going to put a bead of glue right here at the base of the ear. And when I pull that around, I'm just pushing down tight and tucking it really good. And then I will just continue. So you can see I'm still on the same continuous piece of yarn. I did have to cut this in 2 pieces, so I will have to probably start on this second piece to get the rest of this second ear done. But it's just going to be this cute pale pink fluffy bunny that we are going to do something fun with. Alrighty, I have the bunny completely wrapped now. I think it's so cute. I love it, and it's super, super soft, guys. So what I want to do with this is create a little topiary, bunny topiary. So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking one of our dowels and I'm just going to gauge because we need to paint this, but I want to just see if I'm going to want to cut it down at all. And I really don't think, because I want to put a bow on the bunny, and we're either going to do some moss with some eggs or some flowers in this bucket. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint the dowel, and then we will start assembling our cute little bunny topiary. So what I'm going to do before I start painting my dowel is I'm going to take some of my floral foam, and I need to get it cut down to go in the bucket. When I'm using this stuff inside, I like to keep the plastic wrapper on it because it keeps some of the mess down. As a lot of you may know, this is super messy when you cut into it. It leaves little slivers and fibers everywhere. So what I'm doing is I am just eyeing it up. I have it on the edge of my bucket. So now that I've gotten through the foam, I'm going to just cut the plastic around it. If I can get my scissors in there. So that left very little mess, except for on the side of my bucket. Now these little buckets from the Dollar Tree are kind of flimsy. So I need to just take and cut another little bit off. There's still enough plastic around this that hopefully it'll keep the mess to a minimum. Just an FYI, a knife with a serrated blade works best for cutting this. But I'm just going to use these scissors. Please, if you do that, be careful not to cut yourself. Okay guys, I just took a block of the floral foam from the Dollar Tree and cut it down to fit in my bucket. I did it off camera because it creates quite a mess, and since I'm not working in the studio or outside, I decided to do it off camera and try to keep the mess to a minimum. So now that I've got my foam in there, I want to put my dowel, eye it up, and put it in about the center of this. Okay, so now that I have my dowel in, we are going to use some of this Folk Art Home Decor brand chalk paint, and this is in the color Sheepskin. And guys, I'm going for more of the muted kind of French shabby chic look for my Easter decor, as I've explained before. So I'm keeping the colors soft. I think that I'm going to do one of my sari silk bows on the bunny. So I thought that this cream color would be a perfect color to paint our dowel. And by putting it in the foam, it makes it easier to paint it. So let me get this painted and we'll let it dry and then we will go from there. Okay, so I got the dowel all finished. I hit it with the heat gun to make it dry a little faster. And then what we're going to do, oops, I'm hung up, is I'm going to apply a really nice dollop of hot glue. And we are going to slip our bunny down. And you want to hold its head straight and in place while the glue sets up so that it won't be crooked. Just going to hold it a little bit longer than I normally would just to make sure it sets up and dries good. So this is what we have so far. I think it's going to be so cute. And then what I want to do is fill the bucket with some Spanish moss, and I think I'm going to put some eggs around it, and we're going to create a really cute bow to go around its neck with some sari silk, which I've used before in a previous DIY, but I will quickly show you how to create that bow again. So let's go ahead and start with our bow next, and then we will do our moss and our eggs inside the bucket. Okay, so I have my sari silk here, and I purchased this on Amazon. I will put a link in the description box below, but when you get it, it's all kind of like twisted up like this into a skein. And as I've explained before, it's kind of like frayed and torn, and that's kind of the beauty of this. It gives a real shabby effect, which I love. I love using this. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take your 4 fingers here. You're gonna leave a tail about 5 inches long. And then I'm gonna just slightly open my pinky up because I don't want this one to be too big. It's definitely not gonna be as big as the other one I made. So I did 12 wraps, and we want to create another 5-inch tail, but we do want this one to be in the up at the top, whereas this one's hanging at the bottom. And then I'm going to just slip that off my fingers and set it down. I'm going to move the camera down. And then I'm just going to take about a 5-inch piece and cut it. And I do think I want to, I've added some of these little pearls before in my other bow, and I think I want to add some again today. And let's see, I ended up cutting this. It is about 12 inches long, and I'm going to want 2 of those, so I'm just going to cut another one. And they don't have to be exact. You guys can eye these things up. I just wanted to measure so I could tell you. So I'm going to keep it kind of folded in half like this. I'm going to lay one on the top of this bow and fold the other one in half. And I'm going to pick my bow up and kind of pinch it in the center. And I'm going to put these other pearls on the back side. And then I'm going to take this 5-inch piece that we cut, well, that I cut, and we're going to tie this. Don't have it quite centered. I'm just moving it over a little bit. And then you're going to want to pull it tight and knot it. And we're actually going to use these little tails to tie this onto our dowel. I'm just pulling my pearls down a little bit here. Let me see if I can help with the glare here. So this is what we got, and I'm just going to start fluffing my bow, which means I'm pulling my loops apart here. And we're going to do this side too. So this fuzzy stuff that's fraying off the sides of it, I'm just kind of pulling that off of there. The trick of it is once you get it on you, it doesn't want to come off. And I apologize for my voice, guys. It's just when I think it's back and all is well, it kind of starts fading in and out again. So here's a piece, and I've talked about this before, where they take all these remnants of silk and they actually sew them together. And this is where it's sewn together, and it's kind of knotted up and just kind of ratty. So I'm going to just trim that off. So this is our cute little bow that we are going to tie around our bunny. So I'm just going to, let me pull the camera up just a little bit. Okay. So I'm using those two tails from where we knotted it in the middle to create our bow. And I'm going to come up high underneath the bunny's head. And I'm going to tie this. And since my dowel's wanting to swivel around a little bit in the foam, I think I'm going to go ahead and hot glue it. So I'm just fluffing my bow and kind of messing with it a little bit here. So this is what we've got so far. And then I think I want to, before I trim the tails down, I'm going to go ahead and add the moss and the eggs, and then we'll see. Oh, and let's glue this dowel in really quick too. I'm just going to pull my bunny out and fill this hole with glue. There, now my bunny won't want to spin and wobble around too much. It just adds a little bit of extra security there. So let me grab the moss and the eggs that we're going to use, and we'll finish this cute little project off. Okay, since the moss makes such a mess and is kind of hard to tear apart in the bag, I went ahead and did that, and it's just the moss from the Dollar Tree. So really, other than our yarn and sari silk and the little pearls, which those were purchased at Hobby Lobby, they come on a spool that looks like this, back in the trim section where the fabric is. And this one was $2.99 for the roll, on clearance for $1.50. But I have seen this in there since, and it goes on sale 50% off every other week. So what do we got? $1 for our bucket. Let's just say $1 for our foam. $1 for the bunny head form. So what, we're at $3 there. The yarn was $2.49, and we didn't even use half the skein. So let's say 75 cents. The pearls and the sari silk, let's round that up to $1. And the moss. So really, this little project can be done for under $7. Oh, and we have to count our eggs. So we're going to be using some 99-cent store eggs though, and we probably won't use all of those. So yeah, we're still well under, $10 for this cute little project. So I'm just taking my Spanish moss and placing it on top of and around my foam. We definitely want it all completely covered. I like a little bit of my moss to drape over my containers. You can do what you prefer. You could use a brighter colored moss if you wanted it to be that brighter green that you see in spring. I don't. I'm kind of looking for more of that, you know, French shabby chic look with a more natural muted colors. And that's what I've said before. That's what's so great about these DIYs. This is to inspire you to create something similar of your own. So always feel free to change the colors, you know, some of the materials. This is what I'm doing for me because this is what I like and prefer. Just going to kind of spin it around here and make sure I'm liking how everything is draping and looking. See if there's any holes that I need to fill in, which there is a little hole here. So I've got the moss placed. Oop, I got the camera a little too high. Oop, I've got moss hanging from the bottom. So this is what we have so far. Now let's put our little eggs in. So these are the eggs left over from my Easter egg tree that I got at the dollar store. They came in a carton like this of 6. And these are what I had left over. I really would have liked to have had a pink egg, but I don't. I used all those on the tree. So what I'm thinking is I felt like these needed a little extra filler. And I bought these really great, they're real quail eggs that I found at World Market. And they were $4.99. Excuse the pain on my hands, guys, if I didn't say it yet in this video. I am multitasking. I'm also have been working on the chest and the video for the chalk painting furniture video I'm doing for you guys. So please excuse the mess. So I was thinking, well, do I want to lay some of these in here with the brighter eggs? Or do I want to maybe just take the bigger eggs out and put all these little quail eggs in here? Excuse me, guys. So it's kind of looking like that. Or we could take these bigger eggs out. And kind of fluff my moss back up where I had these bigger eggs kind of burrowed down in there. And like I said, these are real quail eggs, so you've got to be careful with them. They'll break just like a regular egg. So let's arrange these. There are 20 eggs in this little box. So maybe I want just these quail eggs. It's kind of got the rustic, French, shabby chic look. Lay my bow out here. I hope this is looking okay in the front. I'm trying to arrange this from the back so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Well, I know some of you are going to say you like the brighter eggs because you like that brighter spring look, but I have to say I really love the quail eggs. I just love how everything is kind of muted and it all ties together. So let me get the bunny placed and I'll give you guys a better and closer look and we'll see what you think. Alrighty guys, here is what our little bunny topiary looks like. I really like how it turned out. Got our quail eggs down in the nest here. We have our sari silk bow. I just think it's super cute. And like I said, make it your own. You can find this loopy yarn in a brighter pink. You can get it in white as well as cream, would be great colors for a bunny. Like I said, you could add brighter green, like reindeer moss, into your container with some brighter eggs. This just goes better with my decor. As you can see, I do a lot of soft pinks and old chippy wood. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for bearing with me with my voice. Hopefully it will be better in the next one. And if you guys like this DIY or any of my others, I would appreciate it if you would share it with your friends and family, either here on YouTube or on your other social media sites. Thank you to all of our wonderful subscribers for your amazing comments. We appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to the next video. Bye-bye.